Hello and welcome, foolish mortals. This is Emily.
And Clayton, your ghost hosts, and continue with us as we walk through Alice's Wonderland? Question?
Sure. Oh, it's time to make it magical. Before we step back into the world of Wonderland, any mousekeeping this week?
Yeah. So, top of the show, we're pre-recording. This will come out next. This is out.
This comes out when you're listening.
But we'll be on a cruise ship when this comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Correct.
The following week we will not have an episode. We're on vacation.
Spring break. We're on spring break, baby.
We're on spring break, so we decided to give ourselves a week off. So we will not have an episode next week. So this will be and then we'll come back. Trip recap, probably.
Oh yeah, we'll be talking all about the fun we had on the Disney Treasure.
Yeah, so we'll do Alice trip recap.
It'll be between 1 to 2 parts. We shall see how it goes.
And then
after that,
back to Alice.
We'll come back, to the history, of course.
So that's pretty much all we have in mousekeeping, except for the usual. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We're up to 90 subscribers.
Very exciting.
If you want to follow along for some magic, you can follow us at Make It Magical Pod, Make It Magical _travel, and Make Miles Magical on Instagram.
Bravo, you got them all right.
Picture.
Yeah,
if you want to
the
support
trifecta.
you want to support the show, you can do that in a few ways. Number one, leave an Apple Podcast review. They're free to you. They make us feel good. We read them on the show. And if you're looking to throw some high value dollars around, you can always join us over on Patreon to support the show. Whatever we make on Patreon comes back in. If you're still listening to us after our cataclysmic meltdown last week about the usage of the word through, you're a real one. And thank you for sticking with us, because we lost our minds there a little bit. Recorded 2 episodes last week or when we sat down to record that. And
we appreciate you for continuing this insane in the membrane journey with us.
So I guess
some other notes I made. This is reflecting back on some of the previous episodes we recorded.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the original Alice comedy, Alice's Wonderland. And Clayton just could not get over the fact that Walt Disney was lacking a mustache. I completely forgot to ask you, how old do you think he was in that?
Okay, so let's see here. So he went to World War I when he was 17. And that was in 1917, I think.
Okay, do you know how old he was?
Hold on. So then he came back. He was there for a year, 18, 19. So I'm saying 1920. He was either 19 or 20.
He was like 20 or 21. That's pretty crazy. That's when the Disney company started. All that started when he was just entering his 20s.
And it's pretty crazy that your husband...
That is pretty crazy.
Knew it on the dot.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Good job.
So...
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Only 20.
And
or 21. It's like around 2021, around that time frame.
So in true Clayton fashion, he is surprised and
Slam dunk,
that he got that right, and everyone should be giving him an applause.
Seems like you're ready for some cruise trivia.
And in Emily's true fashion, we apparently have a correction corner.
I think you said you're ready for cruise trivia.
Well, we both know that's not correct.
You can be team captain.
No, that's not going to happen.
I nominate you.
So Emily has a correction corner.
I do.
We did talk about the 1933 Paramount Alice in Wonderland film.
And that was the reason for why Walt did put the kibosh on his own live action animated Alice full length feature picture of his own.
Emily's been tearing herself asunder with this because she made a miscomment. She's like, "Oh, I got something wrong.
Well, I had
having nightmares.
I was having nightmares like I was in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
that it was a success.
I assumed. However, it was a complete bomb when it first released.
This was a throwaway line, and you had to basically write this whole paragraph.
I learned about it, so why not share with everyone?
So it was a bomb. Is it not the bomb, but a box office bomb when it was first released?
However, it was rated as being suitable for all ages at the time.
So at the time, the MPAA, movie ratings aren't what they were today, obviously.
Well, sure.
It was like before PG-13 didn't even show up until like the 90s or late 80s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, not even parental guidance, I think. Okay, so it was rated as...
but you could look at this film now and be like, wow, this looks really scary. However, different times.
Well, yeah.
We've refined things. However, this was deemed suitable for all ages. However, parents, once they got a glimpse of what was featured in this, they did not want to take their children to the movie theater in fear of terrorizing them completely. So yes, but later on, it did get more of a following. So I was not fully incorrect, Clayton. It did get a following later on. It just took a while.
Okay.
But yes, even at the time, people did find it just as horrifying as you'd probably find it now. So I figured I would show you a couple images.
No, why?
Should I?
No.
Just so you could get the full picture. So this is one character named the Duchess.
Oh my goodness.
And then I just pulled up kind of, just to give you an idea of a few of these.
That's highly disturbing.
Humpty Dumpty.
More like Humpty.
Really not great.
More like the Humpty Dumpty. I don't know.
I took a Dumpty in my pants because I'm so scared.
What? No. Cut that. What are we talking about?
Humpty, I took a Dumpty.
Cut that, yo. Humpty's not taking no dumpies.
Well, you're so scared you pooped your pants.
That's not a real thing people do. You pee your pants when you're scared. You don't poop your pants.
If you're really, you're not saying he would scare you to the point of pooping your pants.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. No one said that.
Look at it.
No one's saying that.
Look him in the eyes.
No.
Okay, and then I figured I'd also show you. We got Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You let me know which one you'd rather encounter. The lovable ones from the animated feature or these guys.
Why are they not wearing pants? They don't look like they're wearing pants.
No, they have pants on.
Not in that picture.
Why are you focusing on their pants? Look at their faces.
They don't look like they're having, but they don't look like they're wearing pants.
They have pants on.
Not in that picture. It looks like they're not wearing anything. Okay.
So there you go. That is your look at the 1933 Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
You are welcome. Side note, but still related, Clayton. I did see a clip of this version where Alice picks up a drink, the Drink Me bottle, just like in the animated version, and the attached label in big print says not poison. I found that really funny. I promise, not poison. Go ahead and drink it.
Definitely not poison, guys.
Seems a little suspicious. Maybe you should question. Yeah, everything's okay.
Okay.
Not poison.
Not
Go
poison.
ahead and drink up.
Okay.
And then the other thing, different times as well. They use live animals like actual flamingos and hedgehogs in the croquet sequence, and this looked like pure chaos.
Oh, that's okay.
Not great.
Let's move forward.
Not great.
What would Walt do? Let's move on that
Let's
note.
move to some better territory.
Let's move to what would Walt do.
My favorite.
Yes.
Clayton, isn't this one of your favorite segments? It's
Yes.
one of our only segments.
It is literally our only segment besides the main segment.
Yes, correct. So I actually have a quote this week, again, from Mr. Walt Disney himself. If I hadn't regarded it as one of the masterpieces of all time for both adults and children, I would not have undertaken a film version. I undertook it with the greatest respect.
Okay.
And he is, in fact, talking about Alice in Wonderland in this.
Let's talk about what we talked about last week, besides the word through. We talked about a few attempts from Walt. So this is, again, we're getting closer to an actual attempt. We had his attempt to make Alice in Wonderland, which may have been the first Disney animated film.
Mm-hmm. Alternate reality could have been.
The Mickey short Through the Mirror.
You need to emphasize it correctly here, Clayton.
No.
Yeah, you do. This is part of it.
Through the Mirror, which is a Mickey versionized of Alice in Through the Looking Glass.
Yes, and very much so. We are seeing clearer ties of Walt Disney's work and trying to bring in the works of Mr. Lewis Carroll.
Now, let's get into it. Starting all the way back in 1931 with Walt's first attempt at a full-length animated Alice feature, what followed would be a 20-year journey until Walt's vision would finally make it to the screen. This would be known as a long-drawn, or some might say,
hand-drawn
journey where the project would pass through many hands and go through many iterations, putting exorbitant pressure.
No, drawn out.
I think they got it with your hand drawn. Alice in Wonderland was an idea Walt could never shake, likely for a number of reasons. It's certain he held a strong affection for the story, but it also could have been he felt pressure to fulfill his vision he held on to so long and just couldn't pull the plug after all this time. So let's dive back into how Walt proceeded in his next attempt at making Alice jump off the pages into the animated world of its own.
You like that? Jump off the pages.
Yeah, so shall we give this whole stepping into Wonderland another try?
Clayton, did you notice I also did another reference to the animated version of the film in that sentence? Into an animated world of his own.
Yeah.
That movie actually starts out with Alice in a world of my own. Give me some props here, man.
I totally caught on that. Did not at all.
Good thing I
not
stopped
realize.
because you're just blazing through it.
Clayton got a little flustered here because one of his cameras not working, but we've gone too far. So it is what it is. He's in flustered mode. Not sure why that's not working, but the show must go on, as they say. So
you must pay attention to all the details that I've interwoven in the script.
So
Clayton.
let me get focused on what we're talking about here.
Pay attention to every single word.
So following the excitement after the enormous success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was released in 1937, Walt remained determined to realize his very own fully fledged feature adaptation of Alice. He meant serious business here, people, because in 1938, he officially registered the title Alice in Wonderland with the Motion Picture Association of America, otherwise known as the MPAA. Whenever you make a film, you register it with the MPAA and it gets a number. If you stay for the end of the credits, you'll see what that number is. I'm sure you can look it up on the very old interwebs. But I digress.
But now it was official. He knew Alice in Wonderland. This is going to be a future film for us.
This is going to be a film. So with that done, it was time to get to work. Similar to Pixar, which we're jumping back and forward in time, Walt was an early pioneer and enthusiast.
Was Walt.
Was Walt?
This is a question.
Oh, was Walt an early pioneer and enthusiast of giving his audience Easter eggs of future projects within his films? Question mark?
Triple
question.
Question.
Question?
It's a major question.
Quick case in point, his 1940 adaptation of Pinocchio. During the opening scene of Jiminy Cricket singing, "When you wish upon a star,"
beautiful.
"Makes no difference who you are."
More.
"I don't know the next word.
Anything your heart desires."
Of this song. But when he is singing that song, there's copies of Alice in Wonderland, and J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan sitting on the background bookshelf. Huh.
Yeah.
I have never noticed that.
I haven't either.
It is quite an interesting fact.
Bravo. A real Dr. Seuss over there.
Oh, man. And I did it in Jiminy Cricket song mode. Do you think
you sound just as good as Jiminy Cricket's singing voice?
Him? I got some good pipes.
Of course, Clayton. Of course. Isn't that so cool? Though?
That is so cool. Now,
what's to come? You know what? Also, fun fact. Peter Pan would come out. I believe it was the next film on the docket after Alice.
Peter.
However, this wasn't really Walt's plan originally.
Peter Pan.
But that's just how it worked out. Kind of funny.
It's actually hilarious. Shortly after registering the Alice in Wonderland title, storyboard.
I'm sorry, what?
Studio storyboard artist, because his name is Al, but it isn't written. It looks like AI. And then I was like, I had a momentary panic attack.
I can't escape AI.
I can't escape AI. It's everywhere. It's like literally, it's everywhere. Studio storyboard artist AI. Oh.
No,
Al Perkins and art director David Hall were assigned to the Alice project. AI Perkins, otherwise known as Al Perkins, put all his focus on figuring out how in the heck he could adapt the novel into the animation medium. The biggest problem is that my page moved, but it was really that it was turning this.
What?
My page moved on the script as I was in the middle of the statement. The biggest problem was turning this episodic story into something more cohesive and structurally sound.
I'm sorry, what was that word?
Structurally sound.
Sorry, your tongue got twisted up in there.
Now, we can't forget about Our other guy, David Hall. Surprisingly, we've never ever mentioned either one of these two individuals on the show before.
We have not.
Actually, he had only just joined the studio and immediately began work on the Alice project. In fact, he would be the very first artist to really work on Alice. While only being with Disney for a short period of time.
Maybe that's why we've never mentioned him before.
He would produce a prolific amount of artwork for the studio, except he just literally produces a prolific amount of artwork for the studio, and we've never mentioned him. I wonder why that is. Because he's a concept artist, and concept artists never get their just due.
It's really hard to also find a lot of concept art online.
According to story meeting notes, Walt was very aware that Hall was working on Alice, but it wouldn't be until months later that Walt would be shown what Hall had accomplished that entire time. David Hall created hundreds upon hundreds of individual pieces of concept art for Alice. He used both Lewis Carroll's character descriptions and the famous...
Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
Lewis Carroll's... What did I do?
I don't know. You just said Carol weird. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not nitpicking. I'm not criticizing every word you say.
It kind of seems like you are criticizing.
No, I'm not. I swear.
It seems kind of like you are.
Promise.
It seems kind of like you are.
I promise.
Okay, well, let's...
However, it is Wonderland this episode. Up is down, left is right.
Now you're confusing me. So he would use both Lewis Carroll... He would use both Lewis Carroll's... Maybe the scriptwriter shouldn't write so many crazy words next to each other.
Carol and character?
Yeah, 2 C words. Come on. Alliteration is my
Owl and AI.
nemesis. He used both Lewis Carroll's
character descriptions.
He used both... This is a hard thing to say. He used both Lewis Carroll's...
Why is your hot ankle against my hot ankle right now?
I can't play footsie with my wife and my co-host of the show.
It's just warm.
Man, I can't catch a break over here. What's going on?
I'm also regretting wearing this sweatshirt because now I'm hot.
No, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, your leg is sweaty.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, he used both Lewis Carroll's character descriptions and the famous Tenniel illustrations as his artistic inspiration.
Did you just do a little dance of celebration over there?
I don't know.
Looked like you did your legs.
I don't know. Pairing Al Perkins' story with David Hall's concept art, an entire storyboard was put together, filmed, and accompanied with recorded dialogue and songs written by Frank Churchill.
I believe Frank Churchill did a lot of the music for Snow White.
Hmm.
I meant to research that, but I forgot. Pretty sure he did a lot for Snow White, and I'm sure other Disney movies.
Okay.
Just watch. I'm going to have a correction corner.
Oh, no.
Just wait for it.
All of these elements formed a story reel already and prepped for presentation to Walt in 1939. Now, after viewing for the first time, Walt was baffled, wholeheartedly unimpressed. You notice, where do you think I realized what I was?
I could tell when you're reading ahead because you immediately stopped. Got this big grin on your face.
Walt was baffled, wholeheartedly unimpressed, hate, loathed entirely.
Hey, Clayton, what's that from?
From the Jim Carrey classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which we watch every year at Christmas. It's a fantastic movie.
He's now 25 years old.
And we've been to the set of that, actually.
We have.
Which is, at the
I wonder
time,
if that's still there or not.
to date, that was like the most expensive movie Universal ever made, which is insane when you think about it.
That is very
I do
crazy.
like how they put a whole bit in there about Ron Howard making fun of himself with the director's hats, because he wears a director hat, which is a big Ron Howard thing, I've been told. Fun fact, did you know Clint Howard, Emily?
Yes. What about Clint Howard?
He's in Apollo 13, which is a Ron Howard directed movie.
He's also the voice of what, Rue?
He's also the voice of Rue in the original
Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Correct.
After we got through being loathed, Walt wasn't alone, though. Also in this thought, other animators shared very similar sentiments. The majority of the words used to describe the story and art style were disturbing, overwhelming, and grotesque.
Hence, what's going to be the episode of this title, which I was very proud of, Alice in Grotesqueland.
At least I don't have to come up with the episode of this title.
Episode of this title?
I don't know. Title of this episode.
What was that?
Title of this episode. You should really see what the post-production workload here is at Make It Magical. We record, I edit, and then I had to come up with the thumbnail, and I got to come up with the title and the description. And last week's description was, I have to say, one of my best. Clayton and Emily lose their minds slowly while debating the concept of the word through, while also telling a story about Alice.
That sounds great for SEO.
So we're not even joking. We don't joke here at the Make It Magical
Never.
podcast. This
We're
is
dead
literally
serious.
what we're talking about. One drop concept was that she was going to be executed at the trial to the point where her head was actually in a guillotine.
Oh, you say guillotine, not guillotine?
Because that's how you say it, guillotine.
You don't say guillotine? I always say guillotine.
You also say artichoke. It's artichoke.
I don't say it nuts like that.
Well, say it for the
Artichoke.
No, say it again.
No, I'm not. I said it how I said it.
Say it one more time.
Artichoke.
No, you're not. What's the other? You do this a lot with I words. Artichoke. How you say it? Artichoke.
Whatever.
Okay. Now, as a result,
What do you think about this concept art?
Oh, sorry. This concept
Clayton.
art looks insane in the membrane. It does look pretty out there.
She's also tied down.
I see that.
They wrapped ropes around her.
They went a little too far in the paint. As a result, Walt would outright reject the script for being far too dark and the artwork being far too obscene. Nothing like the whimsical and colorful 1951 version we would eventually get. Walt also felt the over-reliance on Tenniel's stylings would prove far too difficult to animate with all the scratchy line work. I can totally understand that sentiment. Ultimately, Walt chose to develop Disney-fied translations. What did I say?
It seems like you have Disneyland on the brain, Clayton.
I see the word. I see Disney with a 4-letter.
Clayton just sees Disney and he's like, I want to go back to Disneyland.
Okay.
Can't deny it, Clayton.
Walt chose to develop Disney-fied translations of Tenniel's familiar characterizations for the later versions we would get of Alice in Wonderland. So how about it, Emily? Should we judge for ourselves and see whether we agree? So let's
Mr. Walt and his takes.
Well, I mean, looking at this concept art that you put above this.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just warming us up.
Oh.
These ones are normal. Okay, hold on. You need to actually react.
Okay.
You're stepping ahead.
Okay. So first image. Alice is at a sign. Is the Mad Hatter on the sign?
That's like his head on the sign.
I don't get that though. Is it okay? So this is.
It's showing that the Mad Hatter's all four different directions.
This is the grotesque one still.
This is all we're talking about currently.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this one.
These are the David Hall pieces of concept art.
I mean, this one with him in the.
Yeah, I put this one first because it looks normal.
The painting the roses red here looks super cool.
It does. Very beautiful.
I'm assuming that the next one here is the clock scene. The Mad Hatter and the March Hare are a little mad.
I don't like the way the Mad Hatter's looking at me.
What's going on? Is that the rat? Is that the mouse? It's a mouse, right?
The dormouse?
Yeah. Is that
I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be.
Why is it
but
underneath
it looks like
the
he's
clock?
smashing his head in the table with the clock. I don't know what's going on.
And then I don't know what is the hair doing in this one? What is this last one though? With the March Hare and that the mouse? Is that the White Rabbit?
Where?
Well, we have the Alice one. I don't know what they're doing with the pocket watch in this one. Alice is like, what are you doing? And these two are like, we're just chilling with a pocket watch. But then you go to the next one, which is like, what is going on? That's obviously jam, but what is, I don't even know if I can put this in the video. This one's crazy.
I just had to show you because this is how nuts they get.
That's the March Hare. Is that the mouse or the White Rabbit?
I think that's the White Rabbit.
Why has he got jam all over his face?
I don't know. But it's like, it looks like he's threatening him.
He looks like he's done a little bit more than threatening.
Now, how about it, Clayton? Would you want to see this version of Alice?
I don't. Well, maybe in a parallel world, yes,
but not over the version we got.
No. I mean,
I don't blame Walt. These are terrifying.
if your brother knew of a bootleg copy of this, for sure he would have seen it, and then you probably would have seen it too. But
probably.
And then I guess where did you get these pictures? This seems like it was in the Walt Disney Family Museum.
I took.
In the Walt Disney Family Museum?
Yeah. It was when they had the cats and dogs exhibit.
Huh.
And this is the Cheshire Cat. I'm not really sure what he's doing because he's like impaled almost.
He's like on a signpost, like the Mad Hatter one. He's like on a signpost. He's like being a signpost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Okay, maybe he's not impaled. Maybe it's not so bad.
Now,
isn't that cool? We've seen this in person, Clayton.
Yeah, I know. I was there. That was a long time ago.
It was.
You remembered you had that picture in your camera roll?
I remember the Cheshire Cat was part of it. So I went back and looked.
Now, ironically, many of Hall's visual ideas did end up making their way almost to an exact copy into the 1951 animated movie. We have another concept art here where Alice's, it's like a lot of the, when she's getting big and small.
It's after she meets the caterpillar, eats the mushroom, she grows extremely tall, and the one bird freaks out, calling her a serpent.
Yeah, so that's in the concept art's a little more, let's say, not
still scary,
anatomically correct in the sense her neck is the extension, not her whole body. The scene where she's getting bigger inside the White Rabbit's house, that's more or less in there.
There's clear
It's like it's clearly taken from that concept art, just less shocking, let's say, because
Clayton, you're rushing here. Slow it down a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stop rushing over there.
Okay, calm down.
Come on, we're chilling out in Wonderland.
All right, we're okay. Wonderland's getting me a little anxious. Well, yeah. So the concept art here with her neck is extension versus her whole body in the film, right?
Yes.
We have a concept art of her in the White Rabbit's house getting all big, can't fit. More or less, we got that.
Very much the same.
We got very much the same. We have concept art for the caterpillar,
and Alice is positioned in the exact same way, and so is the caterpillar. Like, it's a shot for shot.
Yeah.
Completely taken from David Hall's work. So it's just interesting to look at. Clearly later on, they did go back and review his plethora of artwork as some inspiration for how to handle the 1951 adaptation.
Now, just a few more fun facts for you all about David Hall. This may be the last time we ever mention him. Who knows? In his only 15 months at the studio, only 15 months, huh? This might be the last time we ever talk about him. He produced over 400 individual pieces of art for just Alice in Wonderland. Among contributing materials toward Dumbo, Peter Pan, and The Reluctant Dragon, which I know a piece of fun fact history now that Emily has told me, is the only live action film.
Only Disney film. Walt Disney actually makes an appearance in.
Yeah. Reluctant Dragon. So when you're on a Disney cruise, remember that.
Remember that one. Commit that to memory.
His artwork wouldn't be discovered until many decades later, but is now considered some of the most extraordinary concept art in the Disney archives. I wonder how Emily's dream job is to work at the archives.
Let me in. I want to see it all. It's so difficult. Like I mentioned, it's so difficult to try and find concept art. Again, like I was searching for David Hall.
Yeah.
And used as many search terms as I could to try and refine what I wanted. But it's not like you don't just go searching on the web and there's just a library of concept art for each film. Like only some will show up. And then other pictures I had from actually taking them in person at museums. And then other piece of concept art I would find in one specific book I have. It's really hard to find it. And I'm sure with him, because of how many pieces of artwork he created, none of them have seen the light of day.
He would eventually find great success as an art director for MGM, working on such classics as Ben-Hur, which was released in 1959, and The Greatest Story Ever Told, which would actually earn him an Oscar nomination. But once again, the Alice project would have to be started from scratch entirely. It didn't take long for Alice to hit the shelves and all production to come to a screeching halt. It was the perfect storm of no longer having a direction for Alice, demands rather going towards the making of features like Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi, in addition to the box office failures of specifically Pinocchio and Fantasia. In turn, this would which these box office failures almost nearly pushed the studio towards bankruptcy, and then ultimately we had the start of World War II that would again stop any and all efforts towards Alice.
Wah, wah.
Now sing it, Clayton. War. What is it good for? Nothing good for Alice. Say it again. War. What is it good for? Nothing good for Alice.
Come on, that's funny.
Yeah. Now, Emily's really stepping up her meme game here at Make It Magical because we have a Star Wars meme actually inserted in the script coming up in a second.
Expertly placed, I must say so myself.
Yes. This is a really interesting time for the history of the company since Walt opened the studio. There's a fantastic portion of the Walt Disney Family Museum. Shocker.
Hey, go visit it if you already haven't.
That is dedicated towards the war effort and what that meant for the company. A lot of his animators actually were tasked with supporting the war effort by producing propaganda films for the U.S. So actually, Disney has war propaganda films that a lot were shown during that. I think they have done.
Essentially, this was a full disruption to the regular operations at the studio. So we saw a lot of that, as well as what were called package features. So you'd get things along the lines of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, where it wasn't just one full animated film. It was little segments or episodes of stories all mashed together to make kind of a full-length film.
So we're actually going to make this Alice film this time, right? Right. Insert Anakin and Padme Star Wars meme from Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get a big laugh out of you from this.
I am. I literally said it was a great usage of it.
Yeah, I did not get a big laugh. Are you kidding me?
I said this was a great usage of meme. I gave you a compliment.
I thought you would be like dying.
I gave you a compliment.
I need more.
Despite an animated Alice being shelved around 1940, Walt still hadn't given up on it. During the war, it was still weighing heavily on his mind, or more like it was driving him simply mad to get that movie made. In 1944, he assigned animators Bill Cottrell and T. He. That's an interesting comment. Why did you put it like that? What is
That's literally how it's spelled.
But what is his name?
I don't know.
Like Trevor?
It's Teehee.
Teehee.
Just for clarification, it's T period.
Not Teehee.
Last name He.
Not T-H-E-E.
H-E-E.
And Teehee.
I didn't put that as like a joke.
Bill Cottrell and Teehee to come up with their own take on Alice. Walt. Oh, there was a period. There's supposed to be a period there.
Clayton literally will read whatever I put. It's like you put on the teleprompter.
If you put it on the teleprompter, I'm reading it exactly how it is written. So when there's no period and there's clearly a new sentence.
One period.
Okay. He assigned animators Bill Cottrell and Teehee to come up with their own take on Alice. Walt even went to the lengths of bringing in psychoanalyst Dr. Joseph Crutch to the studio to help the story department better understand the story of Alice and hopefully guide the artist in a new direction. That's what we call method directing. The passion just simply wasn't there, though. Bill Cottrell and Teehee were supposed to lead this project, but their sentiments were more in line with being unable to find reasons justified enough to adapt Carroll's works. Sheesh, they say.
You say.
Hey, these were their words, not mine, we say. It is a fallacious argument. Is that the real word there?
Yeah, fallacious.
This is a quote?
This is a quote. Literally, what you just read was hey, these were their words, not mine. And there's a quote.
Oh, hey, these were their words, not mine. Sorry.
Do I need to doubly explain?
Yeah, you might need to. My reading comprehension sometimes is not very good.
You're like, wait, what? Did they actually say this? Yes, it's in quotations.
I've read 29 books so far in the year, but I can't
show off.
Humble flex, by the way, but my reading comprehension is apparently very bad. It is a fallacious argument to say that a picture should be made just on the grounds that it is a literary classic. just because this book is good doesn't mean we should do this.
I don't think Walt appreciated that.
Which is something Hollywood doesn't understand
you're
now.
Screaming right now.
Oh, sorry. I got really excited. I don't know what's going on. Whoa.
What happened over
I lost
there?
control of my voice. Yeah, Hollywood's now like, hey, we're out of ideas. Let's adapt the book. But in any case, yeah. What are your thoughts on that statement? It's fallacious argument to say that it just because it's a classic, it doesn't mean we should adapt it.
It depends on what the story is.
I think it's probably definitely one of those ones where I can understand
it's situational.
The complexity of the source material doesn't immediately lend itself to adapting it because it's so like adventure based in the sense, and it's not like a continuous, which up to that point a lot like they'd done Fantasia, but Fantasia is like a lot of vignettes set to opera, like classical music.
It's not one fully interconnected storyline.
Right. And this is in that realm, but then it's so kind of out there to some extent.
But you still have to weave it in to make it some type of a story.
Right. Because it's supposed to be, it's not just, you're trying to do a linear recounting of her adventures. So I can understand the complexities of adapting this particular book.
Correct.
It's kind of like trying to adapt Dune, which went through a couple attempts to adapt it before they eventually got to.
They got the secret sauce figured out. Yes. I don't think as this is a blanket statement I agree with, just because something's considered a classic. Right. It's a different medium and not everything is going to translate well into film.
Right.
However, with Alice, I'm really happy with, I know now, like hindsight's 2020. So Alice is one of my favorites. I just love the weird world that you get to you can get lost in for a while. You don't have to put too much into it. It's not trying to overly hammer some type of message into your brain. It's literally just about going into this fantastical world, following a main character. You're kind of Alice in a sense within it and being brought along and meeting all these crazy characters. It doesn't have to make sense. That's not the point of it.
Right.
Which does, to be fair, for any of the animators or the team, whoever worked within Alice throughout the duration of this crazy production history, you kind of have to feel for them because it is an incredibly difficult source material to adapt. Because it's like, well, what do we do with this? How do we make this something that is going to keep people's attention and not feel so disjointed where you're in one scene, now you're in another, now you're in another.
Right.
Where with what they were able to do, considering what they were originally working with, is kind of remarkable, but it's a very difficult task. So I fully understand their frustrations and not being into this one at all.
Right. Now, this still wasn't enough, though, to deter Walt. He would get his Alice. Some might say, Emily.
Justice for Alice.
Maybe we should have started this series, though, out as a tea drinking game. Every time Alice gets shelved, you go ahead and pour yourself 1 cup of tea.
It's not too late.
Not too late.
Yeah.
That is Grotesque Alice.
Alice in Grotesqueland.
So we're gonna put a pause in Alice here for a little bit. We're gonna shelve her on the Make It Magical Studios.
Poor Alice.
Yeah, she's just getting shelved left, right, and center.
Yeah, I guess she was originally a book, so she's used to being on the shelf.
I guess so.
But
very well done.
You didn't even laugh.
Okay,
a little louder.
So we're
do it a little louder on the microphone. That's right.
Okay, so we're on a cruise ship right now. We're on the Disney Treasure. This is our first time being on the Treasure. So we will have a Disney cruise recap next week. Or not, sorry. Next week we're off. No. We're off next week.
Yes.
We're off next week.
Make It Magical is on break.
We're gonna put the answering machine on. We're off.
Beep.
Leave your message. The week after we'll have trip recap. There's a chance that this might be a 2-parter or at least some part in some Patreon part because we're going to do the cruise, which is 7-night Eastern Caribbean.
Sure.
I think. It's the one with the more days at sea. And then you're actually going to do 4 days at Disney
4 park
World.
days.
4 park days at Disney World. So there might be some hijinks you might get into on that front.
We'll see. I mean, it's a longer cruise itinerary plus a ship that is brand new to us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
One I'm sure for you, me, no doubts about it, highly anticipated cruise ship for me to go experience. So I'm sure we'll have a lot to say.
So maybe there's a 2-parter
We
trip
shall
recap
see.
in your future, and then we will bring back Alice off the shelf. So we want to say thank you again. As we said at the top of the show, if you want to follow along, make it Magical Pod. Obviously, we won't be posting much about the cruise while we're on the cruise because we don't buy the internet. But maybe after the cruise, we'll probably have some posts about, talking about it, kind of fun stuff. If you want to go on your very own cruise, look no further to the Disney travel agent to my front of me, across the way from me here. She's a travel agent specializing in Disney-based travel.
And that is correct. She
can give you as much or as little help as you want.
Yeah, I was going to interject, but you're doing so well.
She's now giving out itineraries, which are a big hit, I hear.
Yeah.
Your mom really likes that. But yeah, so if you want to book your own very much Disney-based adventure, Disney cruise, Disney parks, Alani, she can do it all.
Absolutely.
All free to you. Her services are free to you. That in that sense, not the trip is free. Her services are free. Why don't you take over?
Well, you kind of just covered it. Why are you saying it now?
Because I'm floundering. But I guess I did a pretty good job. Ouch. Yes, I tremendously rate her travel agent service. She's a fantastic travel agent. She's got actually a bunch of clients that are actually on trip right now as well. And yeah, I'm very proud of you and your travel agency stuff.
Thank you very much, Clayton.
You're very welcome. You're my travel agent of choice, actually. Do you know that?
I do know that because I book all of your trips for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Personal.
But if you're not Clayton and you would like to book your own Disney trip and would like a set of helping hands to help guide you, take the stress away, I am always available whenever you need help. You can feel free to reach out to me by email. I am at emily@njftravel.com, or you can check me out on Instagram, makemagical_travel. Feel free to DM me there. But best part is, it doesn't cost you any extra to book through me.
Cool. Then I think with that, we will say aloha.
What did you think about today's episode?
Oh, it was grotesque in every sense of the word.
Lots of horrifying imagery today.
A lot of horrifying sentence structure.
Oh, I wrote all that. Ouch. Jeez.
Looking at some of the concept art, I
think Walt was right.
Walt was probably right, but
I don't think probably. He was for sure.
He was right.
Correct.
He was
to
correct.
Not want this
he
version.
Was probably correct, but at the same time, seeing that film would be interesting.
It would have been too much.
Well, yeah.
To have a whole film that looks like that?
I mean, would it have been too much? Probably. Can I see some scenes out of it? Yes. The Painting the Roses Red concept art looks really cool.
Sure, but I'm just telling you, those images, again, they're a lot more.
Nothing with
I can't. I don't have access to the archives. I can't look at all the concept art. However, reigning majority were very scary.
Yes, I'll save you from I'll put some of them in the video and save the rest for other nightmares. I wouldn't want to give anyone a nightmare. It is definitely. There's a couple ones that are
too much.
Too much, yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting take, but I like what we got.
I do too.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot more fitting.
Probably. And probably in the sense of yes, definitely.
Of 100%, absolutely, no doubts about
probably
it.
Means definitely.
Probably, but really means 100%.
But definitely, mostly yes.
No questions.
No questions asked. Okay. So again, yes, we'll be off next week. We'll be back. Trip recap. Those are always a big hit, I've been told. So we hope you're pumped. Once we do get back, we're not going. We don't have any plans to go anywhere for a while. We're training for a marathon, so we'll be in the dog days of summer with the content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, sounds right.
With that,
remember to be kind to each other and
let's
make it magical. Bye, everybody, or bon voyage.
Yeah, bon voyage.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Aloha.
That's
We're not what?
what? Oh,
Aloha.
we're not going to Hawaii?
No.